thanks again for joining me. And I'm going to start off as usual, just giving the paper a good soaking all over. This is my way of stretching it. I'll just do it as I paint along. You can do it before you start if you want. Dry it and fix it back down. Or I just tend to do it. By the time I've got the background, the sky and the background in, it's pretty much stretched then, and I just refix it. Pull it tight and refix it. So I'm probably just going to use the two colours on this one. I'm trying to get some sort of like some sort of moonlight type of thing. See what it looks like anyway. See how it turns out. So it's going to be predominantly Payne's Grey and Ultramarine. I'm just trying to get it nice and dark, just to emphasise this light coming down the centre of the scene. A bit more water. As soon as your paint gets too dry, just dip the tips in, just to loosen the paint up on your brush. Get that in nice and dark. Just whiz it around. Something like that. Maybe. Just experimenting with clouds really, just see what it looks like. I don't think I'll bother with that. A bit more down there. And then once I've got as far as that, that's my sort of background colour, so to speak. Get a bit more, a bit darker. And then what I'm going to do is take a piece of card, just using the corner of the card. There's going to be some mountains on the right which are further away, so I'm just going to try and do these in quite faintly. Actually, if I start on the left and I'll work. I don't want too much detail there. I might put a bit of mist amongst these mountains, just using a piece of tissue. Popping a little bit of mist going up there. Maybe a few little clouds right up in the sky, just to break up that block of colour there. Don't want to be too bad with that, a little bit on that side as well. And you can see how the paper has stretched. You can see how it's sort of coming away from the board, look. So I'm just going to unclip it, pull it tight, refix it again with these clips. I just noticed this little bit here, bit of a hard edge there, so let's just see if I can just turn that into like a rail or something. That'll do for that. As it dries, it will go on darker and darker. Now, back to my card. So this time I'm going to do it left-handed. So if you imagine the light's coming down there, so it's just catching the mountains as it's coming forward centrally. I'm just going to do it left-handed this time. Then we've got like a big mountain there. Just watch where that's going. again. Using a tissue, a little bit of mist going up there. And also, what this will do is make it a little bit light. It'll help. I'm going to have like a row of trees. It'll help the profile of the trees stand out a bit more. It'll be lighter. So give that a quick dry. Starting on the right. Too wet that is. So again, ultramarine, Payne's grey. And I've got sort of really distant tree on. So all I'm doing is just flicking up the height brush, just to make it look as if there's a load of trees over there. A bit thicker. I'll do some more. That's coming down now like that. Yeah, I'm going to do the same on the left hand side. Ones are going to be a bit bigger, so now this time I'm going to do it by flicking. That was flicking the whole lot up. This time I'm just going to use the corner, and these ones are going to be bigger. I'm just flicking it up like that. These ones are a bit closer. I can even have the odd tree trunk showing, just scraping it in with a fingernail. Try not to do too many. As usual, with most stuff, it's the best kept subtle. And then we can always go a bit more mist if you want. More mist going on. That's dry now, so there ain't much coming off on that. A bit more paint on the brush, and then I'll do a bit about there, and a few more trees coming up there like that, coming right across into. And then on this left side, got like a big trees. Just popping the trunk in and then just using the corner of the brush, bring it down. Have another one there like that. A bit further back that one, so it's not quite as big. What I should have done was done this lens, shouldn't I, before I started that. But just working out how the water's going to go now, so this lens is going to come round here, something like that. Pushing this down. I've sort of got the water. Just a bit of a tree trunk in there. And on that one as well. Right now, imagine that's sort of coming down now to the water's edge. Sort of bigger one there, right up there. And I'm just using the corner of the brush. A few little rocks there on there. Don't want to scrape out too much because I've already been scraping out the mountains and it looks a bit over the top if you scrape too much out. I want to put a cabin over there, so before I do that I'm just going to block in some dark colour. There's the sort of lands coming down. Bits of grasses there and there. I'm have to give that a quick dry. Going to pull this flat again, just so it's flat against the plywood that it's fixed to, and then just going to put a cabin in there now. So I'll clean the brush. I'm going to take a piece of tissue. So first clean the brush, and then take the excess water off on the tea towel, just so it's clean and damp. So you just got something like that, and then you say the cabin's going to be somewhere like that. So you got like there's your roof. Your roof on the side. Yeah, a little bit lower, I think. Clean the brush again. To the bottom wall. There we go. There's this sort of basic little cabin shape. Take a bit more come off then with the tissue. And then what I'm going to do is just take a dark bit of ultramarine, Payne's grey, get a dark mix, and then we'll just pop a door in. Just a hint of something there on the roof. I think I'm just going to leave it at that, really. Just the rigger. A couple of little birds right up here in the sky. And then last but not least, I'm just going to pop my name somewhere over there. I want to call that one done. So let's see what it looks like with the mount on. So this is our painting with the mount on. You can see it's more a tonal sketch than anything else really, because I've only used the two colours, so you're forced to concentrate on your tones really. noticeably. I mean, you can see it sort of maximise light against dark, always helps with the drama in a painting. Got the dark sky in first, a few clouds with a tissue, preserve this sort of lighter area coming down the centre of the painting, and you can see I've tried to sort of, using a piece of card, scratch out the mountains, look as if the light's catching the mountains. Same on the other side. So this side I had to do it left-handed, because otherwise the light would be on the other side and it just wouldn't look right. Taking out with the tissue, so that sort of mist down the base, that'll bring out the profile of these trees, just flicking up with a hake. Some bigger trees here, just put the trunk in and then just use the corner of the brush to suggest the branches and foliage as it comes down to the bottom. A few more rocks down here, but I was a bit weary of putting too many rocks in because I'd already done a lot of scraping out with the mountains in the background. In this bottom corner we got a little cabin, again just painted in by taking the paint off with a damp brush. Well, thanks for watching, I hope you liked it. Keep practicing. Any questions please ask. Visit my eBay store if you'd like to look at this or any of the other paintings I've done recently. And I'll see you again soon.